and this is my vlog, Love Thread Sews. Welcome and welcome back if you are new. So today I thought I would do something slightly different again, and I'm going to be talking about outerwear garments. So in the UK it's kind of the season for sewing up outerwear. It's starting to get quite chilly now, being the fact that we're in November. So I thought I would share some of my favourite outerwear patterns and maybe give you a little bit of inspiration. So I will start with just letting you know what I'm wearing. So today I am wearing, this is actually quite an old make. This is a Indigo Dress by Tilly and the Buttons, and I am wearing it with some leggings. This sort of comes just to my knee, and it's kind of tunic length, and I have inserted a little tie just to bring it in a little bit. This is a nice kind of viscose twill, slightly brushed feel, so it's quite nice for this kind of weather. It's quite old now, so it's starting to look slightly faded in places. I still wear it, so but it is feeling slightly snugger than it used to, just across my chest. So I don't know, I mean, I can still obviously fit it on, so yeah, I really like this dress. So let's get on with what I want to share with you today. So I've picked out a number of outer garments that I have made for myself. So I thought I would run through these and then also talk about a couple of patterns that I are kind of like in my pipeline, things that I want to make up as well. So I hope that you enjoy this vlog. So the first garment that I want to talk to you about is a waistcoat pattern, actually. So this is quite a popular pattern, and it is by the New Craft House. So I have made two of these so far. So I've got this version here, and if I just bring this a little bit closer, this was made with a, it's actually not too thick, and this was a pre-quilted fabric that I bought that has the smaller gingham on one side and then the sort of darker black on the other side. I put pockets on both sides of this garment, so you can see the pocket there on the inside. So I've kind of made it reversible, and then I just added the black bias binding all around it. I used some of the fabric for the ties. It's slightly thick for the ties, to be honest, but it worked okay. And then I've got a label here. I've got a label here in the back, and then obviously I can wear it that way round as well. So that is one version, and these are really good for kind of layering over dresses and stuff. So it just gives you that little bit of extra kind of layer and warmth. You can kind of lay in them over a dress, under a jacket, and I definitely want to make some more. I've probably got some plans to make some more, and then thank you. And then the other version that I have made was in a remnant of a kind of a tweed sort of wool, and I lined that with a Lady McElroy cotton lawn in the animal sort of elephant print. I tend to wear this one just this way round, to be honest. I don't tend to wear that with the elephant side out, so it's not necessarily reversible. So I've just put the pocket on the outside of this one, and I have a little label here, and I've used the cotton lawn for the ties on this one. So this pattern is from New Craft House, as I mentioned, and it comes in sizes 6 to 34, so it's a very size inclusive pattern. It's quite reasonably priced, and I will pop in a picture of what it looks like here. So you can buy this from New Craft House, which I did quite a while ago. So that is the first pattern that I want to share with you. We may get Ralph featured in this video because he has insisted on coming into my sewing room today. I did let him out at the beginning, but he's insisted on coming back in. He's currently just down here. I don't know whether he will come and say hello. Oh, here we go. You're gonna say hello to everybody on the camera. Yeah. So he may pop into the vlog on occasion today. So the second pattern that I want to talk to you about is actually, it's not a free to buy pattern, unfortunately. It came as part of a membership to the Cashmerette Club. Now, I'm not a member of this club anymore, but I did sign up to this, I think this was last year, and this pattern really caught my eye, which is the so it's the Kimball bomber jacket. And I really like the fact that it has quite a large size range, so it's 0 to 32 and comes in cup sizes C to H. So I believe you can sign up, you have to sign up to the full subscription to get the patterns sort of on back, that's sort of like the past patterns basically. Yeah, I don't know whether you can kind of sign up, get the pattern and then cancel again and just pay for a month. I'm not entirely sure, but I did actually sign up to this subscription for a year, and yeah, I got this pattern. So I've only made this jacket once, and I had always had in mind that I wanted to make this jacket in this particular fabric that I had in my stash, and you'll understand why when I show you. So it is this fabric. So I actually got this fabric quite a long time ago from Fabric Godmother. I would say probably three, four years, maybe even 5 years ago. And I always had in mind that I wanted to use it for a bomber jacket. I'll just bring it a little bit closer so you can see it's kind of a pre-quilted fabric, but it's got a shimmer to it. So it's obviously it's possibly not an everyday sort of jacket, although I guess you could. It took me quite a long time to gather all the bits and pieces to make it. I was looking for the right stuff, so I wanted to use a nice gold zip on the front, and then I was trying to source ribbon that kind of matched. I don't think I did too bad a job. Inside I used some Becky seamstress binding that I thought matched quite well. The inner fabric is actually a sort of, it's a cotton, but it's, I don't know if you can tell in this light, but it's actually it's gold, it's shimmery, and I actually used this fabric in a few bits and pieces when I got married, so things like the bunting and stuff that we made, and I had quite a bit left over, so I thought it went really well with this jacket. I've got a little label in it from Hey So Sister, and then the pièce de résistance of this jacket is the back. So I purchased this sort of patch quite a long time ago from Nicole Okong. So she was previously on the Sewing Bee, and she had used this patch. I think she put it on a couple of jumpers and stuff, and then she was sold off a few, she had quite a few in stock, and she was kind of selling them off. So the patch itself was relatively expensive, but I really loved it, and I always had envisaged it going on the back of a jacket. So I basically put this on the back of this jacket. So yeah, it's quite a statement piece. I absolutely love it, and I think it's sort of to me it's quite an evening-y sort of but casual jacket. So I think I might possibly be wearing that for my sort of Christmas night out this year. So yeah, but that is the Kimball jacket. So if you have got that subscription, it's a really good pattern, and the instructions are brilliant. So the next pattern I want to talk to you about is the Tilly and the Buttons Sunny jacket. So this is I think it came out maybe last year possibly, and this comes in sizes from UK 6 up to a UK 34. So again, it's very size inclusive. It has two different options of collar, and then there's lots of different things you can do. There's obviously this shorter length, slightly longer length. You can put the frill around the collar. I'll just show you the line drawings. I have seen people make this jacket in all sorts of different fabrics. You can leave the pockets off, you can make it sort of more casual. I've seen somebody even make it in kind of like a teddy fabric. So there's lots of sort of different things you can do. Now I've only actually made this jacket once so far. I would like to make it again. I have some fur lined bubble cord that I'd really like to make in this jacket, and that is that was kind of always my plan, but I wanted to test the fit of it first with another fabric. So the version that I made was this one. Now, apologies, there is a little bit of a sweary label in the top of this, so apologise for that, but this is my version. So this is kind of like a twill canvas, almost denim feel fabric, and I made this this year when I went to the Crafty Sewing Camp. And I just really like the sort of uniqueness of this fabric, I guess. It kind of reminds me slightly of 80s, and this is a really good fit. So what I would do, if I've probably already done so far, I'll pop some pictures in of me wearing some of these garments so that you can see what they look like on. But yeah, this was a fairly recent make this year. Unfortunately, with the weather, this is probably not quite appropriate at the moment because it's not too thick a jacket, so I will probably sort of kind of put this to one side and save this for the sort of spring and summer now. So that is my next outerwear garment. And then the next one that I want to talk to you about, I've got this on a PDF, and it is the Nova coat by Papercut. Now, I've got the original version, used to be called the Sapporo coat, but then they changed the name of it, so it is now the Nova coat. I think a lot of people are quite familiar with this coat, so I've made a couple of these. It's quite an oversized coat. It's a relatively simple pattern, I would say, but there are a couple of tricky elements to it, and it comes in sizes XXS up to an extra large. I think they possibly have extended the sizing range on this since, because I think there's some newer versions of this pattern out, but I have got the original pattern. Now, being petite, this pattern came out, even for these sort of small, extra small, this pattern came out quite large on me. So I actually printed this pattern out, my original versions, I printed out at 90% rather than 100%, and I found that just fitted my frame a little bit better. So that's always a tip if you are petite and it's quite an oversized garment and you're wondering how to size down. If it's a PDF, you can always print it at a slightly reduced percentage. So I don't know, I can't say for sure if it would work in every single garment. I have seen people talk about it in the past, but certainly for this pattern, printing this at 90% worked for me. Now the jacket, I've put on a little bit of weight since I made this, so the jacket isn't quite as sort of, it's a little bit more snug, should we say, but I've got two versions of this, and they are my first version was this one, and it's just in a kind of black fabric that has a bit of a speckle to it, and I lined it with a kind of a Liberty cotton lawn. So it's got a nice bright lining, and it's got these little pockets. I will again pop a picture in of me wearing this jacket, but yeah, that is my first version, and it's got some really nice kind of style lines, and the pockets are kind of integrated as part of the sort of front pattern pieces, so it's quite an interesting design. I know some people have lengthened the sleeves, so the sleeves are kind of I think they're sort of designed to be worn with kind of a long sleeve top underneath, so they're kind of 3/4 length sleeves. You can quite easily lengthen those so they are a bit longer, but I just kind of left them as they were. And then the other version I made is kind of like in a vegan wool. Now this I made this a while ago, and as you can see, it's sort of slightly different colours. So what happened with this is I actually bought some remnants of this fabric from Fabric Godmother quite a long time ago, and when they turned up I realised that they were slightly different colours, they weren't all the same. So you can see there's very slightly sort of darker colours, so I sort of took some time in sort of laying out the pattern pieces, and I kind of wanted to make sure that the colours were all kind of symmetrical really on the pattern. So as you can see, I did the darker here and on the sleeves, and then the slightly lighter at the top, and then On the back it was all in the lighter, but obviously the sleeves are kind of in the darker colourway. And then inside I lined this one with a Lady McElroy cotton lawn. I think this is called Savannah or something like that. And yeah, it's a really nice cosy coat. Again, it's probably a little bit more snug on me now, so it doesn't quite close across the front, but it's a really nice pattern. If you haven't made this, I would highly recommend giving this one a go. So that is the next one. So my next pattern that I have made is the Avril jacket by Fibre Mood. So this pattern comes in a size extra small up to an XXXL, so it's very size inclusive, and I received this pattern and the fabric as part of my first Fabric Godmother Dream wardrobe. This is the completed jacket, and it's actually a really quite a simple pattern to put together, even though it looks fairly complicated. It's got so I've put kind of poppers inside here, and it's got this double layer here. I made this in the fabric that came with the box, which is called Maggie, and it is a pre-quilted kind of rainproof fabric. I decided to put side pockets inseam pockets here in the side rather than patch pockets, which is what the jacket comes with. And yeah, I'm really pleased with this jacket, and I've already worn this one a few times, and I often get sort of compliments on this one as well, so that is a really good sort of pattern to look at. I think Fibre Mood actually have quite a few sort of good coat patterns, so it's always worth having a look to see what other options they have as well. So that is that one. And then my next one I've made, this is probably more of a coatigan. Actually, I'll show you the pattern first. So this is the Berlin coat or Berlin jacket by Tessuti Patterns, and this is a really nice, again, a really nice pattern. So this is actually designed for boiled wool, because it's got some really interesting sort of design features, which I will talk about in a minute when I show you my garment. But this comes in sizes XXS up to XL, and the sewing level for this says all levels. And I think if you take your time, it's actually quite a good sort of beginner coat sort of pattern, I guess. It doesn't have any closures or anything, so it's just a nice sort of easy sort of pattern to introduce you into sort of outerwear, I guess. So the version that I have made is in a boiled wool, which is in quite a bright blue colour. I've worn this pattern, this garment, quite a lot. It's quite a good sort of staple in the wardrobe. And what I was talking about with the sort of style lines, so it's basically that you don't finish any of the seams on this. So I mean, you can see it there on the neck. So when you cut out your pieces, everything is kind of, all your seams are overlapped and then sewn together that way. So it's a very unusual way of putting a garment together. I'd never done anything like that before, but I think it's really effective. And the reason it tells you to use boiled wool is because it doesn't fray. So you know, all of your edge pieces are basically raw. So you have no kind of finished seams as such on it. Even the hem, there's no kind of finished seams on the hem, but this has not frayed at all. And it's just an interesting sort of construction. So I would highly recommend giving that pattern a go. I'll pop in a picture of me wearing this garment. But yeah, I really love this jacket, and it does get quite a lot of wear, this one. And then the last one I wanted to share with you, now I don't actually have this pattern anymore, because I had some issues with the fit, to be honest, and I wasn't sure if this particular coat suited me, but I obviously gave it a go, and I sort of I actually adapted it from what the original pattern was. So this is the Pam coat by Maison Fauve, and it is quite a simple kind of, oh, it's an oversized coat basically, with this kind of lapel collar. Now this tie doesn't come with it at all. I think it just has one or two button closures, but the coat was so oversized on me that I had to make some adjustments to it to bring it in a bit, and then I thought it just kind of didn't really do anything for me, just hanging on me. So I actually made a belt to go with it, and this was I actually used my dressing gown belt actually as a kind of an idea on what sort of thickness and stuff to use. So I haven't actually got the pattern here with me to tell you about, but I will pop a picture of it in up here. And I've lined this in a kind of a satin, animal print satin. I've got a couple of labels in it. I'm still a little bit undecided on this coat, to be honest. I kind of almost feel when I'm wearing it, I feel like I'm wearing a dressing gown a little bit. It's in a really nice, this is like a faux wool, so it's not, it's basically washable, this one, machine washable. And I mean, I put it on again this morning and I thought actually it's not too bad. I think I possibly will get some wear out of it in the winter, but I'm not completely sold on this one, if I'm honest. So yeah, that is, but I thought I'd share it anyway in case you wanted to see what that looked like. So that is the last sort of outerwear coat that I wanted to show you that I've made. So I've got a few in my wardrobe, not a huge amount, but I do have some plans to make some more outerwear. So I hope that has given you a little bit of inspiration. So a couple of patterns that I am interested in making and that are on my list. So the first one is the Heather Blazer by Friday Pattern Company. Now I know this one is not officially a coat, but you know, a blazer is still classed as outerwear in my opinion. So this is quite a popular pattern. I've seen quite a few people made it up, but I haven't made this yet. So it comes in sizes extra small up to 7X, and this is the line drawing for it. Now I do have plans to make this. I have the Ace denim fabric from Fabric Godmother, and I'd really love to make it up in this. I need to twirl the pattern first because I think this is actually going to be quite long on me. I have actually tried one on that somebody made at the sewing camp that I went to back in the summer, and it was too long for me, so I know that this is going to be too long for me, so I need to twirl it first so that I know where to reduce the height. I have a feeling I'll probably need to reduce a little bit across here, and then I'll probably need to reduce some of the length somewhere as well to make it the right length for me. So I've got some black sort of fabric that I think I'm going to kind of twirl this with, and then I'd really like to make this in the animal print denim. So I have actually got plans to do a collaboration with Becky from Notes from the Sewing Room, and we've sort of decided that we were going to have a go at doing the Heather Blazer together. So I think our collaboration for that might be sort of early in the new year, so look out for that, and hopefully you will see one of these in the not too distant future from me. And then one of the next patterns that I have got in my plans is for, let me just find the front page. So this is the Paper Cut Patterns Emmy jacket. So this is another outerwear coat, and I've had this on my list for quite a while now. This comes in sizes UK 6 to 20, so it's very size inclusive, and it has a lot of options. So inside the pattern you have two separate booklets. So you've got the booklet for the Emmy jacket, and you've also got the collar pack. So there is lots of different options, lots of different sort of collar types. And did I mention this is sizes 6 to 20? I think I did. But I'll just show you some of the line drawings. So you've got kind of like a shorter length, you've got a longer length with a curved hem, you've got a longer length with a straight hem, you've got different pocket types. So you've got kind of slash pockets, patch pockets on the front, you've got these little curved pockets. and you have welt pockets, and then you've got different collars that you can put on. There is also a hood option. There's an option for drawstring, button down. So there is a lot. There is a lot of different options. Now Amelia, who is Amelia Ellen Sews, I know she's made quite a few of these jackets, and she's made a few different versions, and they all look fantastic. So I'd go and definitely check out her vlog on that. But this has been in my plans for quite a while to make. So I don't know when I'm gonna make it, to be honest, but I would like to sort of try and maybe look at getting that made up in this winter, because I didn't quite end up making it last winter. So that may possibly be on my plans, maybe something to be done over the Christmas period. I do have some fabric that I bought from Birmingham Rag Market quite a while ago that I think would be really good for this. So I might look to, even if I use that to kind of twirl the fit, but I would like to have a go at making that one up. And then the other two patterns I don't have with me to hand, but there is a pattern that has recently been launched by Bella Loves Patterns called the Kaya coat. And that comes in sizes 6 to 32. I'll pop a picture of it in here. I have seen a couple of people have made this up recently. I think Jen from Jen Legs Creatives maybe, and I know Charlene from So Dressmaking, or I can't remember if that's her. I'll link their details below, but she has recently made the Kaya jacket. Now this jacket, especially for double-faced wool, so I think it's because you can kind of see both sides of the fabric on the pattern. So I have actually been on the lookout for a double-faced wool. I don't have one in my stash. I found a couple, and I'm still a little bit undecided on which one to go for at the moment. So I haven't actually made a purchase yet, but that is definitely something that is on my list. So I would really like to give that a go. And then the last coat that I wanted to share with you, which is also one that is on my list, is the Nelly coat by Juliana Martajeeves. I think that's how you pronounce it. And it's a really interesting design. So this comes in sizes extra small up to XXXL. So it's very size inclusive. And this pattern actually has there's no sewing involved in this at all. So again, similar to the Berlin coat, it uses a fabric that doesn't fray. So I think something like a boiled wool would be perfect for it, or something along those lines, some kind of a wool that doesn't fray. And the whole jacket you cut out, and then the whole jacket is constructed using a blanket stitch, which I think is really interesting, because it's something I think you can do while you're sitting on the sofa in the evening, and I quite like the idea of doing something like that. So I would really like to give that a go. I think I might have a fabric in my stash that may possibly work for that already. So there's a possibility that I wouldn't need to buy a new fabric for that. So that's always a plus. Yeah, I'll pop a picture of it in here. So yeah, it does look like an interesting sort of coat, and one that I would really like to sort of try at some point. And I think sort of in the winter months when it's sort of colder and you're sort of snuggling indoors, that's a really good one to sort of do. So I hope this vlog has given you a little bit of inspiration on some outerwear sort of garments, and you've enjoyed seeing some of the outer garments that I have sewn up, and I hope you have enjoyed watching today. So I shall leave this video here, and I hope you have a good week, you get some good sewing in, and I shall speak to you again soon. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you have enjoyed this video. So I'll speak to you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.